Hey guys, here we go. I think maybe finally speeding to the end of Danganronpa 1, a game that I don't remember what kind of game I thought this was when I started it. I'm really glad I did decide to record it though, even though, my god, those are some long videos. They may never see the light of day. In fact, actually, while I'm thinking about that, I should mention this. I have already bought Danganronpa 2. And I saw there's even more after that. I don't know that I'm going to record those ones, though. In case you were curious if I was going to do that or not. Obviously, I'm not going to play Danganronpa 2 until it comes up on my Bonanza list. But I do feel like it's taking me a little bit longer because I'm recording. I feel like, I just felt compelled, like I had to read the text and everything like that. But also, I mean, hey, storage purposes is another one. We save all of our stuff just in case. So I guess I'm kind of treating this as if you watched these and you like them, get them. Give them a try. Like, unless if they take the series somewhere way off base, I can't imagine. Like, there's some real purposeful writing here, and I really appreciate it. So, quick recap of where we were, in case if it's been a while for you. We have finished Chapter 5, I believe. I think we're going on to Chapter 6. We've been introduced to a new character who immediately was a corpse, I think. Ikusaba. And there's questions about the headmaster and the mastermind and what the mastermind is doing, because it feels like Kyoko has been kind of pinning the mastermind back against their own game a little bit here, which is kind of interesting. And speaking of Kyoko, we now know she's not what I thought. She is not the ultimate coroner. She's the ultimate detective, which... okay, I was close. Come on, give me some credit there. And that her father was the headmaster, and she is indicating that our memories may have been stolen, or hers have. And the great big tragedy thing that happened in the world is starting to sound more and more like it is real. Because we've learned that these camera feeds are being broadcast to the world. I will say a lot of different things and ideas opened up in 5 rather than closing down and narrowing as we went forward. For good or for worse, I don't know. So let's pop in here. There's some uplifting music. It's been a day for me. And it's a little cold out and windy. So if you hear any strange noises, I will always tell on myself when I bump into the mic, because I do that a lot. These mics are newer to me. And so I keep moving forward when I don't have the space I think I have. And I keep stretching my legs out and kicking part of the stand. So... that's on me. Hopefully I'll get better at that as we go. All right. I don't remember what I was talking about. The ultimate despair. Oh, because of the wind, in case you hear any weird cracks and pops and I'm not like, oops, I did it again. That's why. It's probably the building just, moving and settling from that. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Right, we now know ultimate despair, well, we don't know, we think the ultimate despair isn't one person, but instead a group of people, and that they caused what caused the school to close down. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world, the most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. I mean, we're saying this, but I don't know that we've really proven this is the case. I just want to put that out there. Our enemy has finally been revealed. That's probably why they're sequels. But right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yep, you're right. Okay, so let's check out the door. Rattle, rattle, shake, rattle, and roll. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. She's got that master key. Not the master P, make them say, Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? We can use that key of yours to open this door, right? Yeah, what boy, this is taking way too many button presses to open a door with a key. Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, click. Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. I wonder where this exits from, though. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Oh, are we going to come up through that hatch in front of the incinerator? Finally, we were finally free, but there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. Now we start Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, suffering, despair, execution, death, Power Rangers, unite. It's morphin' time. Wait, that's on Deadly... Oh wait, is that... It starts Deadly Life? I thought it starts like School Life. So this chapter might be a little bit different. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. We, of course, aren't going to animate any of this. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. Or the entire person beneath you? I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. Oh, is this What a Thrill MGS ladder? So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So, because we take pride in it.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. I just noticing her word bubble thing here with her face on it. They don't do that at any other part in this game, other than during the trial. So that's weird. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of an old-fashioned... I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So,
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future,
however,
but he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me, because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. This is weird that we're suddenly focusing on pride after all this time talking about hope and despair. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really.
so,
The way everyone else looked at me, I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family, in order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul? I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. No, I don't know. The hatch is bigger than the one I was thinking of. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back. I don't think he said it that way.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? Oh, is it that one? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I stand corrected. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Hey, look where we are. Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Okay. What do we do now, though? Thank you. So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too, you helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer. I don't know what that means.
in other words,
Oh. Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. That's not a good idea. If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out, and it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't.
because
The mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is the one that's ensnared? You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was? Hang on. I just did it. I should remember. I know Monokuma started getting angry and tried to shut down our conversation when we were trying to further figure out the identity of the mastermind.
Right.
I'm not sure that's what she's referring to, though. If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. I'm assuming there's still going to be something that happens in another trial to close out the game. So I still want to, have that part of my brain going. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. All right. We're going to run to the gym. Because I don't know how much longer we're going to be seeing this school. I'm also assuming that I made the right choice to cover up the lie. I don't know what exactly would have happened if I didn't, but I was curious at one point if there's multiple endings or something like that. And I don't know. I don't quite feel like that's the case. Oh, we have money. We got one more time we can do this. I don't know if we're going to have free time ever again, but because of that, we're going to spend. Let's make sure we get new stuff this time. So we're going to do 39 and 40 because who cares anymore? I've got chips I can give somebody. Yeah, look at that. No chance of a repeat. Tomato soup, it looks like. Oh, and a lucky. Look at that. I don't know what that is. Huh. All right. I don't know what that is either. Some sort of coin. Interesting. The more money spent, the more luckies. I didn't realize that early on. Really? Had to get another bodysuit for Hina, who already... I'm assuming I've maxed out my relationship with her. So what are these new things? These two new things? No. Right, we just got another one of those. Trying to see if I can tell just by the name of it. Oh, I know, we got that before. This, the second button. The button from a school uniform which increases in value as graduation approaches. In a few cases, reservations are necessary. I don't understand what that means. So, a man's fantasy. A wash basin intended to give you the courage to seek out a true man's fantasy, specifically in public bathhouses. I'm guessing that's probably like an anime reference. And if it is, I'm never going to get it. Never going to get it, never going to get it, never going to. Jimbo, let's go. Boy, will Monokuma be surprised. Look, it's me.
Well now.
Ooh, that's a new voice clip. Oh God, here we go again. I gotta try this. Finishing strong. I think I'm finishing. I don't really know how much more there is in this game. There's so few of us left. Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here?
That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again. And this time I won't leave anything to chance.
Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What? That's the third fucking time she's done this to me.
However,
Okay, there's a but. But before you do, let me just say one thing.
no.
If you... oh, I thought she had a voice clip there. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? I lose?
Hey!
Explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? What are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did. Okay.
Listen to me.
That's kind of where I was leaning. I didn't think it was Byakuya, but there was some stuff pointing his way. So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that.
What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
what the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice.
So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Oh, only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
That's not what I thought was going to be happening here.
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? Fair trial, one last showdown, in other words. This would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word.
Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed.
Barry,
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what you've suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this. But this is a long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
Guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here.
All the mysteries.
That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
Can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
Guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that,
We'll all face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held? Okay, she sounds like she's making a similar question to what I had, which was thinking about Mukuro being dead. What was my point at that? I forgot now. It was why, if there was the 16th student and there's a rule that says all the students have to take part, how come Mukuro wasn't a part of it? And that's why I was thinking she was dead early on.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that.
Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception, then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro...
It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
Wait, so one of us did actually kill Mukuro? Is it Byakuya?
listen.
Are you telling the truth?
Why'd he go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya?
Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here.
Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go?
I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. What the crap? So one of us actually did. I was definitely leaning strong in on the whole. It had to be Monokuma or the headmaster, even though I'm not really sure those are separate. I don't think they're separate, I should say. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away, and just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle's still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept.
because
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. Yeah, let's see what this is, because I don't remember it. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? Oh, not during the trial? Then I definitely don't remember. They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason. Yeah, I'm not following here.
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost, us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
seem
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. Why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely.
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led the mastermind to revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored the rules, this wouldn't have been a game but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us ourselves.
Indeed.
Or themselves. Boy, I'm getting worse at reading. That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. Well, they also couldn't lay a finger on Sakura for a different reason. So instead, they tried to use the clash trial, following all their proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
it's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion. To prove the world, reset the brain. To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic. I don't know. I don't know it's pathetic when you think you're about to be killed. Anyway, we can't just relax yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
Correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is, and all we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible?
anyway,
Why not? Right now, we have to go find the others.
we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Is there a... Not really. Alright. It's your room, Taka. Me, Mando. Sayaka, Byakuya. Let's get him.
hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Okay. Junko, Toko. Where are these guys?
hey,
Chihiro, Celeste, Hina. Where are they?
hey,
What? She did say the dorms, right? Did she say the dining hall? And I just misread it? It is nighttime, but we don't know how nighttime it is. And suddenly we were greeted with... Well, I don't know how to say that. You again. What the fuck? Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. If that was some sort of code, I was not going to figure that out. What the heck?
however,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Oh, whoa, people.
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell? Oh, yeah, I probably smell, huh?
Heck.
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks.
It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away, shoo, shoo.
And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Makoto,
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
it's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last Clash trial. Last Clash trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it. I did not catch it. Just to be clear. I guessed it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial, when you said now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah, for us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery?
But
But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh no!
I hate you.
Who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. Meanwhile, I want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. Figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries? It's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? Polarizing approach. Should I told you that? Oh, right, yeah. Okay. I still have a hard time believing that. Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. The mastermind is... Which one are we talking about? There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning, and in Mukuro, you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
that's right.
Well, it'd have to be one of us. not one of them. And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? No, I get it. She just said that weird.
What?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us? Oh, God. If it's fucking Hero, I swear. Because I did say there's something about how dumb he is. I don't believe it. I'm going to be so angry.
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait. We can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret. Really? It was... There's no way I would be able to keep track of something like that.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Yeah, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Oh, interesting.
Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master, he didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm going to use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really going to go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. That's really nice of you to say.
but,
I also don't know that it's true. Why would I have died if it weren't for her? I don't remember her saving my life. I'm not saying it didn't happen. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm going to go off and do it all on my own. See you later. I don't like that we're all split up again. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, she just does too.
Indeed.
I thought you left. So you're going to go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth, by any means necessary. And with that, Kyoko was gone. Leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. Right, we know that. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old, and those were the ones that bother me, because it says other wounds. It doesn't say the severity of those other wounds. And we've got the metal music for investigating again. I like it, but this doesn't feel like the right moment for it. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door on the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and on the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before, that should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check has been added. Okay, if the murder was on the top floor, I'm going to do this bottom up. I think... Oh, sorry, that was a cucumber burp. It's a good snack, okay? I think she was talking about... Yeah, she was. So this doesn't go to the second floor. I kept wondering why this one was down. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. I have to walk up these stairs. Holy crap. This is the second floor of the dorms? It's like some ancient ruins. No, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. Oh, this is a floor. Okay, well, we've got the requisite bathrooms at the top. Some unmarked room next to it, then an unmarked room with an unmarked room off of it to the right, and then one dorm room that we can get into, apparently, which is weird. And it looks like there's rubble, so let's go here first. There's... Huh. What was that? Oh, I can't move the camera anymore, that's why. Yeah, okay. What the crap happened here? Okay. Yeah, there's a problem here for sure. Just the bed and that door. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore. It's just garbage. Yeah, expensive garbage. I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom. It's just a big pile of rubble. What's the point of coming in here then? I mean, obviously there was that coin, but... I don't know. It seemed wasteful. There's the bathrooms. Weird. I don't understand the significance of that, but okay. Lockers. Okay. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Okay. Oh, I can check into a lot of them. Let's go left to right here then. I see this is boarded up. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. Not sure why I can still get coins. I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even going to bother trying. How about this one? I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean... Well, let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader, and then... No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Oh, maybe I have to go back to that one room? Maybe that'll appear for me now? I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. Another one of these. Huh, well that's several lockers now that are like that. How the hell am I going to open these? Another metal plate. More super busted lockers. Just trying to see what I can and cannot click on. Nope, same deal. Wish I didn't have to keep skipping all the text. Same here. I'm checking each one just in case. Video games. Looks like there was something down here, but I guess not. Nope, that's just going up there. Huh. Alright then. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, well, got one of those. Hey, look. Same thing as before. Shocking. Another one that's been boarded up. That was it. Okay. That was a waste of time. That's 2 wastes of time now. There's still all this dried blood around. Huh. Ooh, fancy. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
Whoa, where the hell were you? It's the headmaster's private room.
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. A regret? I don't know, man. She talks in riddles. Okay. There's a couple things here. Leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster's. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. The desk is home to a computer. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Yeah, still getting coins. Strange. I can't tell if I'm... No, I'm not. So it's just this. There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair.
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. Any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands
Correct.
on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. Okay, first piece of information we found. I guess I'll just talk to her. I thought that you could go through a closet. Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. We'll go out then. Oh, I thought that was a door that I came in. Whoops. There's a strange gap in the wall. Is this some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something?
So,
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze? There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue what that password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
it's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there, but maybe for her there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password, and if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable after the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it. Do whatever you want. Okay? Don't be weird about it or anything. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Coco's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay, in that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in... Beep in Kern. That did it? It worked.
why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Well, let's go in there. I'm trying to skip some of the extra dialogue that's not necessary. Makoto repeats things people say to him way too much in his mind and out loud, and that just really annoys me a lot. You know? So, hey, I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. Yeah, which is why I want to pick that last. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy? That's what made it so unusual. Well, hang on. We're going to look at everything else first. Damn it! I had a feeling that would happen. I've seen the Joker pull this trick many times. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay?
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprising probably.
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, you know what's in here? Because I don't.
Anyway,
Just don't scream or anything, okay? It's something that'll make me want to scream. Is it going to be a head? Okay, I'm just going to open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Okay, I screamed. Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. Oh. It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined...
I see.
Just as I thought. Why did you think that? Explain yourself, please. Just as you thought? How could you have known bones in the present?
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. It's pretty much the same thing, a dead guy in a box. My father. What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones, that body, that's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on. How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. Okay. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words...
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Well, she wasn't calm, she was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility, but I have to believe at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know she said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties, but was that all there was to it? Yeah, see, like, flashbacks are still happening. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. So, that's a truth bullet for some frickin' reason, but okay. Alright, the headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Is this... Oh, is that the headmaster's handbook? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right. It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. And I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? We can get those lockers now. Are there two things there? Yeah, I'm going to do drawers first and then that picture. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look, but oh god, stop asking for permission. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top, but all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
Well?
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind. If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. Alright, let's look at the picture. Aw, baby Kyoko. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko?
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? What? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Okay.
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
So,
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but could you leave? Oh,
correct.
just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. I
Just a
need to
second.
get my emotions in order. You know, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad, how you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul, but maybe that picture motivated him? Maybe he hoped to see me again someday? Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. A game I'm not doing it. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Is she really okay? Must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. Yeah, I know. We just saw it. Come on. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. Are you serious with these flashbacks? But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. I don't know if I bought that earlier anyway. Which means the mastermind's true identity is 15 of us met in the mail hall. You know what? I thought that was a typo. I thought it meant to say main hall, but I forgot there's a mailbox there. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Oh great, we have to see all the dead people again. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are me, Byakuya. Do you really have to do this? Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. No, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. I don't know, man. I still am hoping it's not going to be one of those, oh, we sleepwalk and we're the evil ones kind of thing. That would really kill it for me. All right. Lakas. You open up. Really? I have to go through all this again? Wait, are you not gonna... Okay, I was gonna say. What about that emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try. Oh my god, come on. Makoto, you're the worst. I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader, and... beep. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got inside. Jeez. Man, how do I hide this again? Yeah. Huh. Weird. This almost feels like, wait. This feels like it would belong to Hiro, doesn't it? I don't know, that ball, like the biggest thing that your eye draws to, just looks like a crystal ball. But I also see, like, dice and other stuff I can't really make out. This locker room is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. Okay. It is a crystal ball. It can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw, but the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. What the Heroes? It is Hero's locker. How does he have a locker up here? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written, I swear to God, I'm going to be so mad if it's that frickin' weirdo, man. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here. No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to this school at the same time as the rest of us, and we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Man, that son of a bitch. Wait, I thought there was another thing too. Oh, right over here. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? Well, I guess I was supposed to see that first. What the hell does he have a locker here for? Do I have to do the... Oh, there was nothing in there. Okay, he is using the emergency thing. Okay, we got a... This one's empty, practically. Okay, well, that's easy enough. This little booklet here. Some kind of pocket book. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is, but there is some writing inside. Could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This sounds like Kyoko. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. It couldn't be anyone else. Kyoko. But if this belongs to her, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Just so happy. Yeah, no, we just read that. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing, but when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. What the hell? I didn't press a button. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. Okay. The more I see, the less sense it makes, because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro, and a pocketbook that looks like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation, but if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward, and I have to believe in everyone. So I have some thoughts now as I'm looking through the... Actually, let's look through the rest of these just to see. Nope, nothing there. How about you? Yeah. The way he was talking made it sound like there wasn't going to be anything in these. Okay, Kyoko is 100% certain that memories have been stolen. I wonder if we're not actually freshmen. We have memories of the world before this started, and we have memories, well, at least with Makoto, we have memories of him arriving at the school, and everybody else says they have the same memory of themselves arriving. And then there's those pictures where we saw, who do we see? We saw Mondo, Leon, Hifumi, Sayaka, Celeste, and Chihiro, I believe. We saw 2 photos, 3 each on there, in what looked like a school, them interacting with each other, and in no way, shape, or form looking like they're in the situation we found ourselves in. And then you combine that with Kyoko talking about something happening to her. I guess we made an obvious mistake here in that, we said, oh, wow, that happened to you, rather than not saying, hey, is it possible that happened to all of us? So, like, are these other lockers, like, is one of them mine and I just can't get into them for one reason or another? The other possibility is that we're being led astray into thinking one of us is, oh shit, I just thought of that. Okay. Another possibility is we are being led astray by our thought that one of us is the mastermind. However, we've also stopped thinking of ultimate despair as one student, but maybe a collection. So another possibility is that Hiro and Kyoko are teamed up, which would mean if I were paying attention to Monokuma's hair, is everybody else interacting with Monokuma or not, they could hand off. Crazy. Excuse me. Crazy. I'm not really confident in that, but it doesn't feel out of the question either. Here's that music again. It would be interesting too if ultimate despair, by its very nature, also eats its own. In which case, what if some of the other students were also a part of despair, and they were attacking each other along the way? And if so, it is possible then to think that continued to happen at some point, and Hiro essentially attacked Kyoko's memory. But now that I'm thinking of that, there's also another possibility. A third one there is you can combine those two things together. It could be a combination of we all lost our memory and we're all part of ultimate despair. That'd be screwed up. Why did I want to come to this floor? I have to look at that list. Excuse me. Oh, the dorms were on the 2nd floor. So we're going to go to the 4th floor. We're not going to walk there. Walking is for losers. So here it's just that Monokuma room. Okay. The mystery deepens. Hina.
Hey, Makoto.
Are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured if all the doors in school had been unlocked, that one should be open too, right?
But,
I couldn't bring myself to open it though.
I mean,
Because it might explode, right? And that really sucks. So you open it. You're a boy. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. All right. Let's open the door. So I guess I'll open it. Ah, wait. Let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? All right, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. I expected it to be locked. Oh, this is how you control Monokuma. I think. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Okay. What is this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top, though, like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit. So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then could that mean...
Okay.
Let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm going to start pushing buttons. Hold on. You can't just... Or whatever, something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel.
Huh?
Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center. I took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed, but the Data Center? That's right next door. The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably better go check it out.
Yeah.
I'm glad this feels like it's coming to an end. My voice is practically gone. Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. Uh-huh. Can I look at this first? There's some kind of hatch on the floor, but right... Oh, damn it. Hina, see what you've done? Everything looks the same. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Oh, hello. Is that Monokuma? Yep, I was right. It's a control room for him. Whoa! Give me all your donuts! Hina. Is that you, Hina? Oh man, busted! How did you know? Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling? Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Oh man. Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. Yeah. Hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now, it was Monokuma. What? For real? Wait, did you not realize that? Yep, it looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma, which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Also, this room doesn't have monitors. It's just next to the room with monitors. That confirms what Kyoko was saying about not being able to do both at once. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room, and this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words, okay, the game's still doing the thing where it says what I already said. Kyoko's theory was right.
But
If the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside this school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true, yeah, it's one of us. He's gonna be goddamn hero, I swear. Then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student. No, it can't be. There's no way, right? Yeah, somebody's been pretending to be dumb, I think. What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh, no, it's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay?
I mean,
Well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true.
So...
You want to leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste all our time standing around here. You want to get going? Yeah. Well, hang on. Chill out. What's wrong with it? Okay. Fine. Fine. Oh, we left the whole thing. Did she lock the door on me? What the hell? As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? Oh, she didn't. The door, it just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Okay, whichever one of it was in that compartment on the floor. They were waiting for us to leave.
Of course it's locked because the data center is now restricted.
Monokuma?
No fair, you can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like. It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving.
Then that room.
As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are.
So right now you're being operated by someone in that room?
Yes, indeed.
Correctamundo.
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone.
Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch?
No way, the hatch on the floor? Yeah.
Too bad, that was your one big chance and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, that hatch can't be open from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others.
He's gone, but was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. Then when I said we should leave? Well, that hatch couldn't be open from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Oh. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving. I'm going to go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice. You've got me all motivated again. Okay. Damn it, I keep switching voices. Hina took off at a full sprint, and I have to do what I can do. It's the only way forward. All right, so it's not Hina. I'm wondering if she's going to have trouble finding somebody, because I have no clue where that hatch would lead to. If it weren't for us having just been in the... Oh, wait. If it would have just been... Was it this one? No. My bad. So it's not Hina, but I was worried more about two others. So, we'll see. It's getting cold in here. Ooh, that's a nice office. Byakuya. This is the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Makoto, it's you. Oh, hey, Byakuya. Okay, interesting. There's a camera and monitor in here, too. All right, let's look at the... Hey, that's the sword. What the hell? There are trophies and even a shield in the display case. Oh, nothing about the... Nothing about the shield? Or the shield. The sword. The bookshelf seems really well made, and it's filled with files and thick books. Alright, let's look up here.
Come on.
Hey, Makoto.
Not possible.
Are you ignoring me? You think I'll forgive that just because you're you?
Such
When
ignorance.
we get out of here, remember this moment. Okay, chill out. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class number 78, student registry. It contains profiles for all of us and Mukuro.
So, in other words,
Apparently, class number 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room, yeah, it said 78 on there too.
I see.
Yep, that's right. It also mentioned class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
In other words,
there can be no doubt Mukuro was a student here at Hope's Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. The 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. I don't know why he just repeats that. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
so in other words,
When it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? Seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Baki at this point as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background, an entity float... Wait, what? Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background an entity floats, close but just out of reach. I don't know what the hell that means. Oh, the entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair, and I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. Huh, okay. That tells me one of 2 things. Was she either super proficient? There's 3 things. Was she either super proficient, and therefore she wasn't wounded then, which would mean, hey, she had those other wounds, which could fit more with something happened to her after the beginning of this killing game. But before everything else, that's one option. Number 2, it's not Mukuro's body the whole time, in which case, who the hell could it be? Or number 3, maybe her disappearance was fake? Or I guess number 4, maybe... Nah, I guess somebody else could have been faking to be her. I don't know. When she entered Hope's Peak, she did... Oh, you're right, just read that. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Oh, okay. Well, glad I did all that theorizing just to have it wiped right off the map. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all, but if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now, but wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
what?
What's wrong, Makoto?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? Yeah, I saw that. A girl who seems to be included as part of our class number 78. Yeah? That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. No? We hadn't seen her up to this point. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5'7", 97 pounds, and it even lists her vitals. 31, 22, 32. That's in the report card stuff, right? 5'7", taller than me. Everybody's taller than Makoto. 5 foot, 7 foot, 6 foot, 8. Daylight come and they wanna go home. Nobody's 5'7". Nobody is 5'7". Oh, 5'7". Hang on. Yep. Whoa. Wait, Junko? I don't understand. What is he trying to say? I don't understand. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body? You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse, and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Wait, is he trying to say... there's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that... Yeah, okay, so I did think of that possibility just now, but... it can't be the headmaster's body because we found the bones. Ooh, who the hell could that be? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Why do her vitals match Junko's? Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice for me to use, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her.
In other words...
the cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep it in mind, thanks. I think that's pushing towards the Hiro and Kyoko theory there. Really, that's us. It has profiles on me and everyone I met at the beginning, and Mukuro. Just like us, Mukuro is apparently a new student here at Hope's Peak, part of the Ultimate Despair, which means her and the Mastermind should have been allies, but then why would the Mastermind kill her? Weren't they friends? No, I have that theory about them eating it themselves. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. Oh, they didn't have anything to do with anything, huh? Okay. Huh. I'm glad I remembered to go in there. Why would her and Junko have the same... Huh. Trying to formulate something that would make sense in my head, and I'm missing something still. Which makes sense because there's another room I have to check. Raw is war. Oh. Huh. Okay, that's not the kind of place I thought this was going to be. This is... well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Oh, great. Hang on, let me look at the monitor. Oh, the monitor's frozen. I see tarps on the floor. Again, real tired of tarps, let me tell you. There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of those things lately. Oh. Actually, that further proves it had to be one of the masterminds for sure, because this doesn't match the tarp we found on floor 2 or 3. This matches the tarp we found on this floor that the body moved and was put in the tool shed. Okay. Alright, and we've got this. So cold. Why is it so cold in here? The first thing I need to figure out. Oh, well, these look cold. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall, and on the left side there's a bunch of glowing blue lights, but on the other side... Okay, so these ones are on and these ones are off? Or occupied, not occupied? I've seen something like this before. That's it. I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. Actually... Wait, hold on. Sorry, I know I went silent there. Okay. These are those body trays for morgues, then okay. Hang on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah. One for each student, right? 6 of us are alive. That makes sense. And so we're not in here. These are ours. This must be Mukuro's. This is why we didn't have access to this before. We would have noticed the count is off. We would have been like, hey, where's the 7th body, right? Whoops, that's not what I meant to select. Oh, the right hand lights are out. Yeah, right. Look at the desk. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. Interesting. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. Okay. Well, looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. It's some kind of makeshift morgue. And about those lights by each slot. Looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on, which would mean inside each slot lit up in blue, another one of the victims is. Right, so when Monokuma was removing the bodies, this is where he's putting them. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Okay. I don't know. It just seems like I missed something there, doesn't it? I'm supposed to also check the garden again. I don't know. They're just... I'm not entirely certain that I got what I was supposed to get out of that. Hey, where's the body? It's gone. Mukuro's body. It's not here? Is it in here? Maybe the body is inside the tool shed? I better check just to be sure. Or in the chicken coop. I guess I gotta check that too. I didn't find anything even close to a dead body. But if it's not in here either, then it must be... Could it be in the biolab? But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. The tarp. A tarp played a key role in another case, so... I'd better look into it. Well, hold on. That doesn't make any sense. If the body's in the morgue, there's one that's off that should be on. Did I misread that? I don't understand. I feel like, okay, so I feel like this is hinting to me, hey, there's a body that's supposed to be in here that's not. Mukuro's body has suddenly been missing. I feel like Monokuma would have cleaned it up after the trial in which we just finished, but so it not being here isn't a problem for me. What's a problem for me though is I don't understand how. Why is another body missing? I'm sorry, let me go through this real fast. Wait, did I check everything so far? Yeah. So that was the last place I needed to check. I feel like the investigation's almost over and I'm supposed to be going in, but... Is the game trying to say that Junko isn't dead? But how would that work? We saw her dead. Monokuma killed her. How could that have been faked? I feel like I'm being led to believe that jeez, I did that thing again. Okay, I'll let you guys in on what I'm thinking here. I was bothered when I read the second part of this page. There's a second despair. If the ultimate despair is a group, you just need to be more than one. And this providing a number with second, I'm starting to feel like Junko wasn't Junko. This is who we thought Junko was. But maybe that was actually Mukuro? And the headmaster seemed to believe not only was Ultimate Despair a group, but that Mukuro was a part of it. Mukuro didn't have any scarring, according to that profile. So where the hell is the real Junko? Which, of course, so that leads to the question, where and who is the real Junko? Which only points to the mastermind, right? I can't connect any other dots. So, but this has to go back to, it has to fit. And so I'm going back to the part of Sakura being a spy. We did ask Sakura after she was outed, who's the headmaster, and she said she didn't know. When we saw her talking, which outed her, we only saw her talking to Monokuma. But there was that conversation about Sakura was supposed to get the killings started. Wait. Oh man, there's no way to look that up, is there? I mean, without cheating and looking up online. Sakura was supposed to get the killing started, but I could have sworn that Monokuma said to her in that scene, but she got it started. I thought they were talking about Sayaka. I can't remember who died first, Junko or Sayaka. I thought Sayaka died first, killed by Leon. Junko, upset, attacks Monokuma. Were they supposed to be working together? In my theory of them eating themselves, see, I don't know if I'm rationalizing to fit what I'm thinking. That's the only problem. Do I have proof? Like, could I prove this? Let's just move on. What did he also want to look at in here? Was it this pickaxe? On the handle it says Crazy Diamond. It's the same thing that was written on the back of Mondo's coat. This pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. Strange. Okay, here's another wild theory. Mondo's death was the only one I didn't understand. Like, how he actually had been killed. Is he actually still alive? I don't know. That doesn't feel like... No, I don't. That would be crazy. Oh, I was supposed to look at the tarp. The killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp on one corner of the tarp. It says Biolab. I already figured that out. Then this originally came from the Biolab. Okay. That's all I really needed to check here. Where do I have to go now? The dojo? Oh, there's Toko. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were.
What do you want?
Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you'd found a clue. Wait, heavens. I didn't find anything, not a single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have to have something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back. Give me back my precious time. Calm down, Toko.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're going to call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's going to say that. Master will. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm going to get going. Okay. Do I just need to find where everybody is? Okay. Shit.
This is a school announcement.
Hang on. Hina and I got locked out of the data center. We ran into Byakuya at the headmaster's room. We see Toko at the dojo. Kyoko we run into in the second floor dorms. Where the fuck was Hiro? I keep getting sidetracked by this weird Hiro stuff. I have nothing that points to him. Well, I guess now technically I do. Huh.
Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely?
No.
Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint.
Why do I feel like this is going to crumble the house of cards I'm building in my head?
For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
That's good. I actually like that. Okay. Now he wants to give us a hint. It's suspicious. There's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? Oh, hi. Hey, Hiro. Oh. Why'd you act so surprised? No reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What'd he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hiro, wait. There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hiro? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? Son of a bitch. I don't feel like I have an instinct for that, but perhaps I have an instinct for that. Oh, weird. It's just me. I don't like that feeling. Unbeer-livable.
I am Monokuma!
Welcome. Hello. Are you ready for your final hints? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you.
What? Oh, there. The envelope. What is this? Okay.
And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside.
Okay. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was oh great, another photograph. Oh shit, hold on. Oh my god. Hang on. Okay, I'm seeing a couple things here. It's everybody we know. Plus Mukuro is right there on the left. But I can't help but notice fucking Hiro right behind Mukuro is weirdly winking the eye that would be the same weird eye of Monokuma. I don't know how I can link him to doing all this stuff, though. Everybody else is being normal, looking normal. Taka's got his arm in the way of Junko's face, but whatever. I'm not in here either, though. Why am I not in the picture? Am I the one taking the photo? It featured a bunch of faces I recognize extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. When Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file, then this girl is... Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that, yeah, when did they all meet? Just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. There's no we. You're not in this, Makoto. I don't remember anything like this. You're not in it, Makoto. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. Yeah, thank you. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other till they got here, but if this picture is real, then could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is...
How long are you going to keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kind of getting in the way standing there, you know? So, I mean, get out.
But
How strange.
I told you I'm not fielding any questions.
Unbelievable.
What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field.
whoa. Guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. Okay. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion, and with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what he was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up. Alright, now I gotta find everybody. Byakuya's in the archive. Oh, nope. That's not the right way. Use the map, right? Oh. Doop, 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 doop. Alright, let's talk to Jerkface. Oh, right, he's in here. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Jerkface. Byakuya. Ooh, excuse me. Listen, do you think we could talk? Okay.
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Okay, he walked away. Why was he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me. Yeah, that was super helpful. Okay. Why is it always zoomed in? It's not helpful. Let's talk to this fucking guy. Who just happens to be making a specific face. At a specific time. Hey, creep. Hey, hero. Oh, whoops, wrong voice. Hey, hero. Kodo? What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No, what the hell is going on? What are they running from me for? That's two of them. I don't even remember who was in here, but is that going to happen again? I decided to visit the biolab one more time, and the first thing I saw when I got there... Why is she passed out? What the fuck? Yeah, look, the light's still out. Why is this open? Oh, Toko first? Okay, fine. There's no blood in here. Toko, are you okay? She's not dead, is she? Oh, shit. Okay, not dead. It's cold. It's super cold. It's so cold. I think I might catch cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
I see.
What? I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there staring at me getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't. I was actually trying to look at a dead body, not you. Oh, then what? Hot and bothered? Straight up horny? Okay. Why did you pass out? I don't know. Last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What'd you do to Miss What'd you do to Miss Morose? Kyoko? Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazinga. We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate.
SOB!
And don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory. No, it's more like half. That's a truth bullet? Why is that a truth bullet? But all I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I'll slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya is around somewhere doing his own investigating.
Yes, yes.
By himself? I assume so.
Oh, I'm on fire.
Okay. You can leave. But, just leave. Just leave. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't get to ask anybody about the picture. Yeah, why did she faint? There's no I don't understand. Why is this open? I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out. Oh, what the hell are you doing over there? She faints so easily.
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize. About this room. Yeah,
It would seem
it's a morgue. Yeah?
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it. You knew she'd fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. Oh, you weren't in here this whole time. Okay. Or did she just do that sneaky thing that they were talking about before? But nobody died. I don't understand. I assume she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear. I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why's everything got to be so difficult with her?
Anyway,
We should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging out open like that. Yeah, good idea. Give me a hand with this. Suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. How come? Because Mukuro's body is in here. Mukuro's corpse? Her body is inside the fridge?
See.
Just like every other time, the mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So,
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, right. She didn't get to look before. Okay. I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
so then,
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there? That's it? Okay. Am I literally supposed to just, like, wait at something? Just look at these tarp? Oh, I had to connect those. I didn't have it before. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we know the mastermind had to be doing this because there wasn't access to this at the time. I'm still bothered by this, though.
it
This is
was
a long episode. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9? There are 9 lights. Yeah, when there should be 10. Right? It's a fridge meant for storing dead bodies. I can't do it. I can't look inside. Alright, talk to her. She can do it. I should ask her about that group photo. Oh, I forgot about the photo because nobody wants to talk to me. She's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's got to be it. There's no other explanation. Okay, I'm done. Already? Geez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. Okay, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. That's what I was saying. The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury. Then what was the fatal injury? Right. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they were old?
Because...
All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
That doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds make it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? I was saying they were. Well, we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least... No, we get the Monokuma file when we come across the body.
So then...
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days?
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work, but beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. Okay, thanks for the lecture.
Hey,
So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. There was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
so...
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then...
Indeed.
And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Oh wait, the Fenrir tattoo. Hang on. We would have seen that if that was on Juko's hand. I'm confused. Okay. Wait, no. The way these games get written, there's no way there's not a connection here. Hang on. I don't know. I don't know if I'm right.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
Then it looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get it going. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh, are we not going to put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
Why?
Sad. Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair. Yeah, but she still got killed. She's still a victim. Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. Wow, thank you. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead, so for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then...
I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Hold on. I still have one more thing to do, something I need to talk to her about. Her booklet. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. If I don't do it now, Yeah, well, do it now then. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
What?
Go ahead then. Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What? So...
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
Indeed.
But to get into any of those lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but the music just cut out, so this is really important. There was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's true...
That video is real too. What video?
Makoto.
What are you talking about? I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What video? What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes. Let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
So-
That won't be necessary. Yeah, if it's yours, you could use your own. Right. Got it.
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD, and it says class number 78 urgent
So-
interviews. I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway.
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever been before. None of this makes sense right now, but I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble?
In other words...
As it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. Arrangements? What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life.
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow. So that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering, whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I'd better get going myself. I got that DVD. I should head to the AV room to check it out. She said something about hopeless truth, but no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. This is taking a real long time. And it's mostly serving just to mess with me. You know what? Can I actually... Hina's the one I didn't run into at all. Oop, nope. I was looking the right direction the first time. Because I didn't ask her about that. I don't know if she's got an account or something. So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you. Her too. What the Why are they running from me? I'm really confused about why they're running from me. Wait. Did I pass the door up? Oh, yeah. Hui. This should be able to play DVDs just fine. I better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka. Took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Then, are you ready to begin?
I didn't expect voice acting. The voice I heard was of the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged
I
man.
do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
Sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter. It's also kind of weird that her face is tense at all, right? Like usually she's smiley girl.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute.
Contract substitute?
It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much.
What is this video? Oh, this is the headmaster that we're looking at the back of their head. Isn't that the trophy in the case?
Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school.
Oh.
Can you accept that?
I have no clue how her voice sounded when I started doing this. You want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in this school? Except...
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe.
From what? What is going
The
on?
headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up till now, but this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad she tried to frame me for murder. So why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Hey! What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation, but in the here and now, I had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said
I'm
yes?
sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
What?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you.
I am so confused at what this is about.
As the headmaster of Hope's Peak,
Yeah, we know who you are. Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya. Toko. Hina. Everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in this school forever. And then... Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father, and when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as her interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Oh, of course.
Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service.
What? It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now then, when? Doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
Jackass. Failure my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. No, it not necessarily would be. We should see who accepted this and who didn't.
That's right.
I fainted too when I woke up in O'Shea. Right, so this is going to maybe all of our memories were taken. Convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or... Shoot. Oh, come on. I don't know that I'm ready. I have ideas, but I can't connect them all.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end.
Uh-huh.
And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Although that dawn is totally pitch black. There is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again. Because the end is only the beginning.
I feel like this is teasing that there is a sequel.
Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. Yeah, don't say it like that. Okay. So, the game is coming to an end. That was another one of the really long episodes. Sorry. 2.5 hours. I've shared my ideas with you guys, but as you can see, they are all disconnected. There is no connective tissue, no ligaments, no tendons, no fascia. I do disagree with one of the last things Makoto said, though. So we saw Sayaka, Byakuya, ourselves, and Kyoko. I don't think he named anybody else, did he? Oh, no. I think he might have named Hina. That Hina accepted. I want to know. Did Hiro accept? Toko. He mentioned Toko, actually. Now I can't remember if Hina was mentioned or not. Hiro wasn't. And yet again, Hiro is like weirding me out. But also, who else? Now we got this question about Junko and Ikusaba. Like, did they accept something too? And why? I know we read documents before and had information about some crazy plan closing the school by the headmaster, but at no point we have yet to find anything by the headmaster that makes it sound like this killing game is what he was going for, which is why I don't think I ever truly felt like, yes, that must be the mastermind as well. I think I have a kind of like soap opera-y crazy way of thinking that Junko is the headmaster, is the mastermind? And we just didn't see her as the one killed? And that was Mukuro instead? But I don't know how does, I guess, the lack of scars, I don't know. I don't know that I have it. And I don't know how Hiro's weirdness fits into it. And of course, so I'm curious if Kyoko watched the whole DVD. I feel like she would. And I'm curious who she saw except this weird substitute contract. I am glad that it seems like we're about to get some answers. I need to take a break. That was 2.5 hours. I'm going to get maybe a little workout in and make a little food here. And then come back and see how the hell this all ends. Hope you guys join with me. Take it easy.